So I just got back to creating these videos again, and I really want to give you the first marketing tip that I wanted to give on this channel in this rebirth kind of stage, where one of the things that I learned way back when, and this is something that has nothing to do with marketing, but applies to marketing. And what it was is I do judo, and I love judo. It's a fun sport. It's a great sport. It's a good way to get into shape. And one of the things that I heard when I went to one of my judo classes was, like we were, beating on each other. We were like fighting, and it was just like, it was rough. It was, it was a hard workout. It was hard fighting. It was a rough night. People were injured. It was really funny. But one of the guys commented that, despite all of this, physical activity and workout that we had gone through, that was not the hard part. The hard part was just showing up to get in the first place, to just come to the thing, getting into the car, driving to the gym, and doing the exercise. That just making that commitment to go out and go to the club was harder than all the pain and all the suffering that we had endured during that lesson. And I thought that really resonated with me. And it's a really important thing to understand with marketing. A lot of the time, I hear stories, and I've experienced this with so many clients, where they don't do it. They think about, I'd really like to start my own business or do this, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll wait for whatever, and they just never do it. Now, not to say that once you make that decision and make that leap to come forward, that it's going to be easy. It's going to be brutal. Running a business is hard. Doing the marketing is hard sometimes. You gotta do a lot of work. But if you never start that process, that is, there's another hockey expression where, the goals that you never achieve are the ones are based on the shots that you never take. If you never take that shot, you'll never get the goal. So the point is, it might seem hard, and it will be. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the hardest step is making that first step. And what I'm challenging you to do is make that first step. Go out, start your business, start whatever it is. Just do it. One of the things that I'm going to be talking about a lot on this channel is marketing on YouTube, doing YouTube videos, trying to come up with cool ways to get more people to come to your channel. I'm doing this on a channel that's really small, but I built big channels. This is just one of many channels that I've done. And I want to teach you some of the tricks that I've learned to help build a channel. But the first big thing is doing that work, making that step, coming to the gym, going through the routine, doing it consistently. And if you got to do that, you got to consistently do something. Going out that one time, not enough. You got to keep on going. You got to keep with it. And that's the big thing that I want to kind of get across, that with marketing, whatever it is that you do, you got to be consistent about it. So let's get into the YouTube marketing. I don't like just, saying all these things that sound like, the same you can get off any personal growth channel. Like, I want to give you some real tips here. So not only do you have to show up, but you have to actually do something, be consistent with it. And with YouTube, consistency, for example, is really, really key. Really key. If you produce a video weekly, and you always produce the video, and it comes out, everyone knows that it's going to come out, your video is going to come out at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, okay? And it consistently, every week, it comes out, your video that you're going to produce comes out Saturday, 11 o'clock. And you know that, and what happens is your subscribers will, after a while, know that. Or people that are following your channel will know that. And what happens is when you make that decision to be consistent about always producing a video at the same time, on the same day, every week, week after week, people start relying on you. They start getting comfortable with that. The routine of it, the routine brings people back to your channel. And I'm not even talking about the quality of your videos or anything. Just that routine is enough to build a channel. It sounds weird. It sounds magical that routine is enough to build a channel, but it can. A lot of the time, what I've seen with other channels is people are inconsistent. They produce videos one day, they might produce some day, they might produce 2 videos, and they might go a month without producing a video. And that inconsistency makes people not tune in. So it's kind of like an old thing. And actually, in the modern age, we've kind of gotten used to the whole idea of binge watching and the Netflix kind of experience. But there was actually a very interesting phenomena that happened with the show The Mandalorian. Now, I'm talking season 1, later seasons, maybe not so great, but the first season really engaged people. But it was unlike anything people nowadays really had gotten used to. We've been sort of overly, used to the idea that we can just binge watch an entire season of whatever show it is that we want, and that would be it. That'd be it. We'd be done. We'd watch the whole season. We're good. We'd watch it in a weekend or, something like that. With Mandalorian, it came out and it was episodic. It was, episodic meaning that not only was it each episode, but episodic in the way that old style episodes were done, where you watch it on, Wednesday nights. It comes out every Wednesday night. It's going to come out, and there's going to be a new episode. And that newness and thing that you gotta wait for it means that there's a couple kind of cool phenomena that happen. And this is all part of building your YouTube channel, for example. That what happens is when people know that it's going to be on that consistent time, they will tune in that consistent time. They'll plan around it, okay? That's like, if you go back, it doesn't even, seems like ages ago, it sounds like ancient history, but if you go back into the 80s, 90s, people would plan their lives around must-see TV. That was the big term that was thrown around back then. And it sounds like, oh, that's so passé. Oh, we can watch whatever we want when we want nowadays. But the funny thing is, the Mandalorian show actually showed that old style, that old way of watching was actually very, very successful. People enjoyed it. People would go to work the next day or to school the next day, and they would talk about that show. And they would all have something in common, something that they could talk about. And they would all have what do you think is going to happen in the next season or next episode or next whatever? So the point is, having those episodes where they would come out once a week, people have something to talk about, have something to look forward to. And that's what made the show successful to a certain extent. Good writing in the first season really helped too. But the point is, having that serial element, having that kind of consistency of it comes out on a certain time, certain day, and and has something that's new, something to look forward to, really builds an audience. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. That you have to be consistent. Consistent, show up, do the work, and produce something that is going to engage people. And I'll give you tips in future videos on how to make better videos and how to be if you look at what I'm my display here. It's not the most impressive. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is like, I'm going to have like flashy things or anything like that. This is very basic. And I'm going to show you how even with a basic format, you can actually become very successful. So we'll get into that in future episodes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about it, just leave the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.